Well, Linus Capital is all of 2 people right now, Jesper and I. And just coming off 3 years where I traveled the world like 6 times and traded and a serious macro hedge fund. I right now just don't want to manage other people's money. So it's probably, as a management, is a rich word for just a family office right now. We will launch and relaunch the fund next year, probably with the money I had at Saxo Bank. I never had money from Saxo Bank. I always had it from institutional overseas clients. So I expect that we will be running at $200 million by 6-9 months from now. Asia. I traveled the whole region. Of course, you got a lot being in Sydney, but it's a crappy time zone. Hong Kong and Singapore is tolerable in terms of time zone. You have to remember still, the U.S. financial markets capitalization is like, the GDP of the U.S. is 4 times bigger than Japan, but the financial market is like 20 times bigger. So the time zone that matters is London. But London is the last place I want to go. So I'll say Switzerland, Singapore, all in emerging markets, India, Russia, China, because it's not going to be trading bonds and foreign exchange. It's going to be fun. It's going to be doing the IPO for that company that makes everyone in China go on a bicycle or whatever, buy a mobile phone or whatever. That's going to be the fun to be part of. My role as making this speech today is not to scare the shit out of you guys. It is just to say, be critical every single day of yourself, first and foremost, but also of the system, the teachers, your employers and everything. Force them to be better. Because we haven't done that for a long time. So going back to the point I said, you're the smartest, but you're also at the same time the most laziest people I've ever met. I'm not, don't take this personally, but I think that's the whole of Denmark, it's the whole of the US. We want everything for free and not work for it. There's no code of ethics, there's no people, what's the respect? Now it's going to sound like a grandfather. But there's no respect for people, for seniority. And I must say, what I learned most from in my financial career has been old traders. Because people who live long enough to be a trader and be 50 and 60, they're there for a reason, guys. They're there because they did well when they had integrity. So I'm very bullish on the other side of this, but I hate the fact we're trying to shortcut.
So there's no hope?
There's always Obama.
Doesn't sound right.
Look at history, that comes a lot of good out of. It's like a forest fire. The best analogy I can do is I'm waiting for the forest fire so we can get all the seeds reset and we can get the fertilizer ground and get started. I'm so positive that we get out of this crisis in 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years. Behind that, it's going to be the best time ever. So if you can live through, if you can correct yourself, if you can adapt to the next 2 to 5 years, on the other side of that, we're going to be back to less leverage in the economy. We're going to be not having fiat-based central banks. The US is finished having any saying in the world, so I think it's probably a good thing. Europe is probably done having any role except for a funfair part. But there's going to be a lot of, the biggest capitalistic place in the world right now is so one of the good things that happened with the high oil price and why I love the high oil price, except when I had to pay the gas bill, obviously, was the fact that as soon as oil price goes up, alternative energy gets more flow. I think the organic food is another area of growth. I think the environment, I don't know what I believe in the environment. I think it's as hard to figure out as anything else. But the good thing is, focus on stuff that matters to the world and makes sense, ultimately will prevail. I think justice prevails. I think human mankind prevails. I think optimism prevails long term. Thank you for your patience, everybody.